Listen, I think every day how lucky I am, and how I could have gotten a different, you know, I could have been dealt a different hand. So I think about that all the time. And the people I like down here, I break people into two categories. There are people that get it, who realize how fortunate they are and are blessed. And they're wonderful people that go out and just don't go to a charity ball, but they'll volunteer. I have a friend that is a pharmacist, and his wife was a nurse. He has probably 50 or 60 million dollars. He volunteers. He goes over to the Good Sam Hospital, works there. His wife volunteers all the time. They don't have to do that. That fulfills them. He's full of joy, and those are the people I try to make my friends. There are other people that just have a kind of misery within them. They don't get how blessed they are. If you're not happy in Palm Beach, you're not going to be happy anywhere. This place is a variety of things. What I do is Joshua's Cafe. It looks like a nice little restaurant, and you go in and there's a hostess that shows you to your seat. There's a nice three-course menu. It's a luncheon, but it's really a dinner. Everybody's a volunteer. The chef is professional. His assistants are all people who have been homeless that are learning to work in the food industry. The people that are at the tables who are served with great dignity, just as if they were in the best restaurant anywhere, are all people that were homeless that are in halfway houses, different kinds of programs. That's part of it. There's also a new program that they have now for people totally off the street, and they're given meals, and they come and sit there and hang out there, and then have a meal in the evening, in the early evening. There are facilities where people can come for a year or for months, and it is a great program. And the thing about Palm Beach County, the irony is that there's an attempt to hide the homeless among the political establishment. But some of the best programs in the United States for the homeless are right here. Not the Lord's Place is just one of them. You know, the problem these people have that are running these programs is they don't dare to speak honestly about the political establishment because they need money from them. Okay, they can't afford to offend them. So it's only the kind of, quote unquote kooks that speak out about the realities of homeless in the county. Look, I'm sure they would like to have a higher price ticket and have more people come, but it doesn't have the chic aura of some of the charities. I mean, ladies don't come in their $20,000 gowns wearing tiaras to this event. It's a nice event, but it's nothing like that. Homelessness is not sexy. Yeah, it's tough. People don't want to be associated with that. And what I think we should do is try very hard to make it the sexy issue. To make this, you're not going to change the attitudes of these people here in Palm Beach, but make that the event that you want to make it that you want to volunteer. Maybe make it that one day a week you want to go over and do something, and make it. See, the Jewish community has this. There's immense social pressure to do charitable things. There should be that same pressure in Palm Beach. If you're wealthy, you don't just slap your name in a building. You got to do something. You got to hands-on, whether it's homeless or whatever it is. That's it. And you want to go to the elite parties. Well, you got to do this if you want to be accepted in that. That to me would be a much better sort of community. Or raising money for the British royals. I mean, huh?
They need the money, right?
Yeah, they come every year and raise money for their charities, and that is chic beyond chic. I mean, you want to go to the chic event, that's it. Well, Kathleen McFarlane Ross, who's one of the sort of leaders here, I would say, who's been here for a long time, wrote a letter to the Palm Beach Post a few weeks ago saying that, hey, let's raise money for our local charities. Let's not raise money for overseas. I mean, let's not raise money for the Irish, for instance. And the Irish are doing just fine on their own.
So you definitely agree that
The dichotomy between life in here, in Palm Beach, and life literally a mile from where we are right now is as great as anywhere in America. I mean, there are no more dangerous slums in America than some of those in West Palm, and that's just not what this country is supposed to be about. Fine that people live in such luxury here. Fine that we have an affluent society where people can have this, but that's no excuse for what we have going over there. Joseph Kennedy was a Democrat who lived for years in Palm Beach, of course. He, in the 30s, he was for Roosevelt because he thought, I'm willing to give away 2/3 of my fortune to save the other third, because you've got to have these changes in society for America to survive. I don't think that this massive inequality can go on forever. I don't think you can have a society with the affluence that we have over here and the poverty we have over there without something happening, something tragic and something dangerous. And it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't mean that that these people so much has to be taken away from them. It doesn't mean that at all. But there's so much more than we can do, and it's shameful. No, he thought there'd be a revolution. Joseph Kennedy thought, if we don't have these reforms, we're going to have a communist revolution. That's what he feared in the 30s. Okay. Now the reality is, he didn't lose 2/3 of his fortune, didn't lose all of it. But there were these fat cats sitting in their clubs in the 30s, calling Roosevelt a communist, saying these terrible things he was doing, when actually he was saving their butts. That's what he was doing.
you know, it's funny. Would you agree that
Oh, I know it's not real. No, I know it's total fantasy. And that's why I came here with the idea of writing a book about it.